Have you ever seen a moment so explosive, so gravity-defying that it made you jump out of your seat and yell at your screen? Well, today, get ready for that same adrenaline rush because we're counting down the top 10 most insane dunks in National Basketball Association history. The kinds of rim-shattering plays that left crowds speechless, defenders embarrassed, and fans replaying the footage for years. And as we go through these unbelievable highlights, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss more incredible basketball moments just like this, because what you're about to see will remind you why the NBA is the most electrifying show on the planet. 10. The legendary in-game free throw line dunk. This jaw-dropping moment begins when the player sprints down the court with perfect momentum. He takes off from near the free throw line, shocking everyone as his body soars through the air like a missile. The crowd rises to their feet with a roar. He slams the ball down with unbelievable force, completing one of the rarest dunks ever achieved in a real NBA game. Commentators scream about the impossible distance he covered. The replay captures the elegance and power of the flight. Fans online declare it the dunk of the decade. Analysts break down the physics endlessly. Players around the league react in admiration. The moment becomes iconic and unforgettable. 9. The dunk that defied gravity. This unbelievable highlight begins when the player drives toward the rim and leaps so high that the arena collectively gasps. He seems to float in the air longer than any human should. He cocks the ball back and delivers a monstrous slam that echoes through the building. Fans lose their minds instantly. Commentators scream about his inhuman hang time. The slow-motion replay shows his body suspended in midair. Social media calls him a superhero. The dunk becomes a global sensation. Analysts label it one of the most gravity-defying plays ever. Teammates celebrate with disbelief. The defender looks stunned and helpless. The clip becomes immortalized in NBA highlight reels. 8. The ferocious putback slam. This insane dunk begins with a missed three-pointer that bounces high off the rim. The player times his jump perfectly and comes soaring in from behind the defense. He grabs the ball midair and slams it down with unstoppable force. The crowd erupts instantly, stunned by the violent finish. Commentators cannot believe the timing and power involved. Teammates rush the court to celebrate. The replay shows him flying above everyone else on the floor. Social media calls it one of the greatest putbacks ever seen. Analysts break down the physics behind the elevation. Fans around the world react with disbelief. The moment becomes an unforgettable highlight. The clip racks up millions of views in hours. 7. The alley-oop above the clouds. This play begins with a perfectly timed lob thrown so high it seems impossible to catch. The player leaps into the air as if defying gravity entirely. He snatches the ball far above the rim with one hand and slams it through with explosive force. The crowd erupts in shock at the height he reached. Commentators scream about the unbelievable athleticism. The replay shows this head level with the rim, shocking viewers everywhere. Social media praises the dunk as one of the highest leaps ever recorded. Teammates celebrate wildly on the sidelines. Analysts call it a once-in-a-lifetime feat. Fans replay the clip non-stop. The defender can only shake his head in disbelief. 6. The 360-degree slam of perfection. This jaw-dropping dunk begins when the player steals the ball and sprints toward the basket with the crowd rising to their feet. He launches into the air and spins in a full 360-degree rotation with perfect form. The slam lands so cleanly, it sends the arena into chaos. Fans scream in shock and excitement. Commentators shout that it might be the best 360 ever performed in an NBA game. The replay shows the rotation clearly, highlighting the player's remarkable mid-air control. Social media explodes with admiration. The dunk becomes an instant phenomenon. People across the world try to recreate it. Analysts praise the technique for weeks. It becomes a defining moment of creativity and athleticism. 5. The poster that broke the internet. This dunk begins with the player driving aggressively toward the basket with a defender locked in front of him. He rises higher and higher until he's nearly eye level with the rim. The defender attempts to block but gets completely demolished in midair. The entire arena erupts with a collective scream. Commentators go silent for a second, stunned by what they just witnessed. The replay shows the defender being absolutely overpowered. Fans online instantly create thousands of memes. The dunk becomes the top trending clip worldwide. Players from other teams react on social media. It becomes a moment fans reference for years. The poster of this dunk sells out instantly. 4. The monster one-handed hammer. This incredible moment begins with the player catching a lob pass near the foul line. He leaps with ferocious intensity, gripping the ball with one hand like it's weightless. The slam that follows sends shockwaves through the arena. Fans erupt instantly, unable to believe the sheer power behind the dunk. The defender steps aside at the last moment, realizing the collision would be brutal. Commentators lose their voices from screaming. The replay shows the rim bending dramatically from the force. Social media praises the dunk as one of the most violent slams ever seen. The player's teammates celebrate wildly. Analysts label it a career-defining dunk. The clip becomes legendary. 3. The baseline reverse insanity. This dunk begins with a quick move along the baseline, catching the defense completely off guard. The player leaps upward with incredible agility and hangs in the air longer than seems humanly possible. He brings the ball under the rim and completes a breathtaking reverse finish. The arena explodes with cheers as fans witness something extraordinary. The defender tries to contest but is left spinning in confusion. Commentators immediately label it one of the best baseline dunks ever executed. The slow-motion replay highlights the unbelievable body control involved. Social media instantly becomes flooded with reactions. The dunk is reuploaded thousands of times within minutes. Even the player's teammates run onto the court in shock. Analysts break down the mechanics for days. 2. The sky-high windmill explosion. This moment starts with the player catching the ball on the wing with the defender pressing tightly against him. He cuts inside and suddenly launches into the air with breathtaking height. He rotates the ball in a massive windmill motion that sends the crowd into chaos. The slam that follows echoes through the arena like thunder. Fans stand up in disbelief as the highlight plays on the jumbotron. Commentators can barely contain their excitement. The defender looks stunned as he tries to understand what just happened. The replay showcases the windmill from slow-motion angles that make it even more dramatic. The crowd begins chanting the player's name. The moment goes viral instantly. Analysts call it one of the most graceful yet powerful dunks ever. It becomes a highlight that defines the player's career. People still talk about it years later, and remains a jaw-dropping reminder of pure athleticism. 1. The iconic airborne posterizer. This legendary dunk begins with a fast break that electrifies the entire arena as the player accelerates with unstoppable speed. He rises into the air with a level of force that makes the crowd gasp instantly. The defender attempts to stop him, but is frozen by the sheer momentum of the moment. The player slams the ball down with such power that the rim shakes violently. Fans leap to their feet as the arena erupts in a roar. Commentators scream in disbelief, unable to control their excitement. The replay shows the dunk from every angle, each one more unbelievable than the last. The defender stumbles backward in shock. People watching at home rewind the clip over and over. Social media explodes with reactions. Even the opposing bench can't help but react. The dunk becomes an instant classic. And that wraps up our countdown of the top 10 most insane dunks in NBA history, moments that remind us why basketball is one of the most electrifying sports ever created, filled with impossible jumps, unbelievable hang time, and raw power that leaves fans speechless every time. So if you enjoyed reliving these jaw-dropping highlights, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, because there are plenty more epic breakdowns, historic moments, and wild National Basketball Association stories coming your way. And your support helps this channel reach more fans, build a bigger community, and create even more legendary content. So smash that subscribe button, drop a comment telling us which dunk blew your mind the most, and get ready because even crazier moments are on the way in our next video.